Oh man, what can I say about Pokemon? It's Pokemon. I grew up during the Pokemon craze and stuff. I was really into it when I was younger and stuff like that. I'm still kind of into it, but not as much as I initially was. Like I think my peak in regards to being into Pokemon was back in I want to say probably fourth and fifth generation. Because I had that was like around the time I made such great friends in playing Pokemon and whatnot. My friend Speedy, we became friends with Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. He had Diamond, I had Pearl, respectively. It came out back when we were in high school and stuff, and we met in the underground, and we just saw each other like, oh hey, okay, cool, I guess we're friends now and stuff. And Speedy has become like one of my closest friends and whatnot. In regards to Taco, albeit we did not initially play Pokemon at the very beginning, but we did a lot of things that were Pokemon oriented. Like when we went to anime conventions together, we used to host a bunch of Pokemon panels, and we even did a tournament, an event at the convention in which me, him, and a couple of other people that were attending the convention, we became gym leaders, if you will, and we were giving out like Pokemon cards and a copy of X and Y for people who completed the gym challenge and whatnot. And this was when XY just came out and stuff. And it's like I said, Pokemon's been such a fucking big part of my life growing up, and from the anime, which I dropped off obviously after Gen 4 and stuff. Anime, the Pokemon anime has a drop off point for people depending on how far they get into it. I dropped off in after Gen 4. Knuckle Bomber, he watched all of it. He watched everything, including the final battle, and honestly, it's weird. It's amazing. It's weird, and it's bittersweet the fact that Ash is no longer the protagonist in the Pokemon anime, because I grew up with Ash being the protagonist. There's kids out there that grew up with Ash being the protagonist even after I stopped watching and stuff. And yeah. One of the biggest things I remember with Pokemon as well is that in in elementary school, I had a friend who told me, hey, this is when Pokemon Gold came out, mind you, and he was at the Elite Four, right? And the problem with that, not the problem, the thing about him being in Elite Four was that he wanted to beat the bot. He wanted to beat Lance and stuff, but he didn't have the opportunity to do it because he was doing schoolwork and whatnot, and he couldn't wait till after school to take care of it. And he's just like, Jeff, sorry for using my real name. No, I'm not sorry for using my real name. He's like, Jeff, can you please just go to the bathroom and beat this gym leader for me, or not beat the gym leader, but beat Lance for me. I'm like, all right, cool. And so I grabbed the bathroom pass, and I went to the bathroom, and I beat Lance for him and stuff. Fast forward to my I guess you call it freshman year in high school. I found out that person my friend at the time who I did that for, he passed away and stuff. And that really kind of not hit as hard, because we just kind of stopped. Obviously, when you go to the same school, and then when you're in junior high, you go to separate schools and whatnot. You just kind of not really talking. This was on the cusp of this was just when MySpace and having a cell phone was just slowly starting and stuff. But yeah, like I visited his grave and stuff, and I put a Game Boy, an old Game Boy Color, on top of the place he was buried at, because it's I felt like that's a connection, and the connection that Pokemon has given me with so many people, and not just like my friends, but my nephew as well, and my little brothers, means a lot. And the fact that you can connect in so many ways with Pokemon, like with the games, the card games, the anime. Like I could go on about the card game as well. Like there's a lot of stuff about the Pokemon series that I've put a lot of time into and whatnot. And while I'm not as much as into it as I am now, as I used to be, it still keeps a place in my heart, and I want to make sure that that the Pokemon Company and Nintendo like do better and stuff, especially with like the 30th anniversary. Oh my god, Pokemon's almost 30 years old. Holy shit. The 30th anniversary, like within like within like 2 more years and stuff. That if they release Gen 10, that'd probably be the pinnacle, the best that Pokemon can be. And I'm hoping that they've learned their lessons in regards to Scarlet and Violet, and they can make Pokemon Gen 10 really good. And I'll still buy it. Like I bought Scarlet, Violet. I bought Scarlet. I bought this. I buy Pokemon games, some of that. I just want them to be better.